Hello everyone. In the previous video we have discussed about principal quantum number N, L, M, L and Ms. Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. Today we will discuss about the writing of electronic configuration, rules for the writing of electronic configuration, nodes, radial nodes and angular nodes, etc. So let's start with rules for filling of electrons in orbital, in different orbitals. There are three rules. Basically there are three rules. First rule is of Bohr principle. Second rule is Pauli's exclusion principle. And the third one is Ohm's rule. Let's start with Bohr principle. Bohr principle. We know that N plus L gives us the information about the energy of an electron present in different orbits. Bohr principle tells us about filling of Bohr means, as we discussed, that Bohr means building up. Bohr principle discussed us about an atom filled according to the, if an atom is present if an electron is present in the ground state, we can say that in ground state electrons are filled according to the energy. Lower energy orbitals filled first, then the higher energy orbitals. Lower energy orbital filled first, then the higher energy orbital, and we can calculate the energy of the orbital by N plus L rule. So if N equal to 1, L equal to 0 and 1, and energy becomes, as we will discuss in the previous video, that if energy is equal to N plus L. For N plus N, if N is equal to 1, L is equal to 0. So energy is equal to N plus L is equal to 1 plus 0 equal to 1. If N equal to 2, then L equal to 0 and 1. Likewise, energy is equal to 2 plus 0 and 2 plus 1. It is 2 and it is 3. If N equal to 3, then L equal to 0, 1 and 2. So it is 3 plus 0, 3 plus 1, 3 plus 2. What are these N and L indicates? As we know that N and L indicates N, principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number indicates. N indicates shell and L indicates subshell. This is 1s, this is 2s, this is 2p. This indicates 3s, 3p, 3d. Likewise, if n equal to 4, L equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. For this 4 values, it is 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So, the energy becomes 4 plus 0, 4 plus 1, 4 plus 2 and 4 plus 3. That means from here it is 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And we will discuss that if the energy of the two orbitals are same, if the n plus L value of two orbitals are same, the value of n should be considered for the lower energy. So, the value for 2p orbital, 2p is at lower energy state. This is lower energy and this is higher energy. For the same value, we consider the principal quantum number. To summarize these things, Aufbau gives a energy level diagram, which you know that energy level diagram. Energy level diagram. According to the law, energy level diagram is summarized as 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d. 3 has 3 orbitals s, p and d. 4 shells has 4 orbitals, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. You can write like 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f, 6g, 6h is possible, but you here write 6s, 6p and 6d. 7s, 7p, 7d or 7s, 7p. Now cut diagonally like this. S, P and D, S, P and D, S, P, D and F, F, D, P. So this is the head and this is the tail of each arrow. Now connect the head to the tail. This is head and this is tail. So connect it with tail. We have now like this. We can write these energy levels as we have discussed that this is 3D or this is 4s orbital, this is 4s and this is 3D, 3D orbitals. The energy of the 4s orbital is lower than that of the 3D orbital. So 4s orbital failed first, then the 3D orbital. You can write the energy levels like this: 1s, then 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3p, then 4s, 3p, then 4s, 4s, then 4s, then 3d. This is arrow is going towards the 3d, so it is 3d. Then 4p, then 5s, 5s, then 4d, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, and 7p. So, if you are going to fill electrons in this s orbital contains only 2 electrons. So, when this s orbital filled completely, then second s orbital, 2s orbital starts filling. Afterward, 2p orbital starts filling. Then 3s orbital starts filling. We can write the electronic configuration by this energy level diagram. Next principle is given by Pauli's exclusion principle. According to the Pauli, no two electrons in an atom have same number of quantum, all 4 quantum numbers, same set of all 4 quantum numbers. So let's start Pauli's exclusion principle. There are 2 things related to the Pauli's exclusion principle. The second one is Pauli's exclusion principle. No two electrons, it states that no two electrons in an atom, no two electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum numbers. 4 quantum numbers. This is Pauli's exclusion, Pauli's exclusion principle. And orbitals cannot have more than 2 electrons. This is also included in this principle. The first thing is given as no 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum number. If we consider hydrogen, if we consider helium, its configuration is 1s2, and for these two electrons, the set of N, L, M and Ml and N, you can write it S, is, for this it is 1, it is 0, it is also 0 for S1, for first electron of this S, 2 electrons are present here. So for first electron, N is equal to 1, L is equal to 1, M is equal to 0 and S is equal to plus half. And for the second electron, it is 1, 0, 0 and minus half. These 3, M, N, L and M is same here, but the spin quantum number are different for these 2 electrons. So there are no 2 electrons in an atom which have same set of all 4 quantum numbers. All 4 quantum numbers have different. If N, L and M are same, S is different. So according to the Pauli's exclusion principle, an orbital contains, the second thing is an orbital contains or consist of only 2 electrons, or an orbital consists of only 2 electrons. Means if an orbital is a room, there are only 2 electrons can accommodate in an orbital, and their spin are opposite. And orbitals consist of only 2 electrons, and or we can write as having 2 electrons having opposite spin. Having opposite spin means if it is an orbital, then one electron is in clockwise direction and other electron is in anti-clockwise direction. And the third thing in Pauli's exclusion principle is the maximum number of electrons in a shell. You know very well, in a shell is 2n square. So we can summarize these Pauli's exclusion principle. The number of orbital consists of 2 electrons in having opposite spin. How many number of electrons s orbital contains according to the Pauli's exclusion principle? S, P, D and F. We know that S has only one orbital, P has 3 orbital, Px, Py and Pz. Px, Py and Pz. D has 5 orbitals, D, xy, D, yz, D, xz, D, x square, y square and D, z square. And F has 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orbitals. So each orbitals contains 2 electrons having opposite spin. Each orbitals contains 2 electrons having opposite spin. We are now going to the third rule, that is Hund's rule, according to which each orbitals first fill 1 electrons in each subshell, and afterwards they are start pairing like this. F cell contains 7 electrons in one spin and 7 electrons in opposite spin. The total number of electrons which can accommodate in F orbital is 14. So next is Hund's rule. Third rule is Hund's rule. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. This rule is called Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. According to the Hund's rule, or we can say that it states that every orbital in a subshell is singly occupied with 1 electron, and you can write as it states that every orbital in a subshell Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, it states that when orbitals are filled, they are filled in a parallel manner in an orbital. Electrons always filled in a parallel manner in an orbital. If this is the orbital, parallel electrons are filled in parallel. Each orbital is filled, one electrons in each orbital filled, then it starts pairing. This is the rule of Hund's rule, which states that every orbital in a subshell it states that every orbital in a subshell is first singly occupied in a parallel spin. Parallel spin means in a parallel spin, or you can say that in a same spin. Before pairing in the opposite spin. Before pairing in the opposite spin means if we consider s orbital, then it has only one orbital, and if we start going to fill electron, first electron is filled like clockwise and another electron by anti-clockwise. We can also fill electron by anti-clockwise or clockwise. According to the maximum multiplicity, these all two are same. But for p orbital, there are 3 p orbitals, and according to the Hund's rule, first singly occupied. Each orbital first singly occupied. If it is p3, then each orbital first singly occupied. This is the wrong way of filling orbitals. 2 orbitals and 1 3 orbitals. You can fill the orbitals like this, but according to the maximum spin multiplicity, the multiplicity must be maximum. Multiplicity must be maximum. I will tell you in for D5, the electrons must be filled according to the Hund's rule. It is single electrons filled first in all orbitals, then it starts pairing. But before pairing, each orbitals must be singly filled, and their spins must be parallel. For example, if you consider 3 electrons, 1, 2 and 3, and if you fill this electron 1, 2 and 3, what is maximum multiplicity? We can understand the maximum multiplicity as spin multiplicity is equal to 2s plus 1, where s is spin quantum number. What is s? S is spin quantum number. If we consider this P3, then this is plus half, minus half, plus half, and this is plus half, plus half and plus half. Now calculate the spin multiplicity for this. For this, 2s plus 1 is equal to 2 into s is equal to this plus this plus this, means plus half minus half plus half. Plus 1 is equal to 2. These two are cancelled, so this is 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1 is equal to 2 cancel, so it is 2. And now calculate this 2s plus 1, half plus half plus half, 3 by 2, so it is 2 into 3 by 2 plus 1. So spin multiplicity here is, so maximum is the spin multiplicity, maximum is the stability of the orbital. The next thing is if orbitals are half filled or full filled, then what will be the stability? We know that half and full filled orbitals are stable. There are two factors behind it. First is symmetrical. Half filled orbitals are, half filled or full filled orbitals are, first is symmetrical. Half filled and full filled orbitals are symmetrical distribution. So these two are stable. We can say that symmetrical distribution of electrons, and the second is exchange energy. Maximum is the exchange energy, maximum is the stability. Because when an electron which is in ground state moves to the next orbit which is present in it, which is available for the electron to move, then there is an exchange of energy. For example, let's consider d5 orbital. For d5 orbital, 5 and each contains electrons in it. So for first electron, for this electrons can accommodate one of the 4 other orbitals. We can say that the room exchange. If 5 rooms are present, then the electron which is present in the first room can exchange rooms by second, third, fourth and fifth roommates. So this electron jump to the second orbit, second room, and this move to the third, and this move to the fourth, and this move to the fifth room. So they are in exchange. Both have an elo. When this electron jump to this room, this electron comes to this room. Likewise, so there are 4 exchanges possible. 4 exchanges possible means the energy in one exchange, when it loses energy, the energy becomes less. So the stability becomes higher. For second electron, if we consider 5, for second electron, it exchanges their energy. Here it exchanges with first electron as well. If the first electron exchange their energies, now the first electron not exchange their energy, then second electron starts changing their energy. and it exchange their energy with third, fourth and fifth. So second electron exchanges are 3 exchanges. For third electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For third electron, it is 1, 2, 3. This third electron starts moving here and there. Third electron exchange their energy with second electron here and with first electron here. So, if we consider the exchange of energy with fourth and fifth, there is only 2 exchanges for third electron, for second electron, for first electron. There are 2 exchanges, and for fourth, 2 exchanges. Fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For fourth electron, there is only 1 exchange. More is the exchanger, higher is the stability. So half-filled and full-filled orbitals are very stable. From the following. Write the electronic configuration of fluorine, neon, argon, calcium, scandium, chromium, iron 2 plus, iron 3 plus. For writing electronic configuration, we must follow a Bohr principle. So 1s2, 2s2, there are 9 electrons. 2 in first shell and 2p5, 7 in second shell. The electronic configuration in KLMN is KLMN. You know very well the KLMN configuration as we study the KLMN configuration in the lower classes. So the electronic configuration of fluorine is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. For neon, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So we can write 10 electrons as neon. For example, if we consider sodium 11, the configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So for these all shells we can write neon PS1. This is the electronic configuration of sodium. Likewise for argon it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 6 plus 2 8 plus 2 10, 3s2, 3p6. Total is 18. So for calcium we can write as argon 4s2, or this is called 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and 4s2, because in place of these all we can write argon, because we know that the atomic number of argon is 18. So 18 plus 2, 20. For scandium it is argon 4s2 then 3d1. For chromium, it is very important configuration, chromium. If we consider chromium, write complete configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3b4. This is 20, 24. But this configuration is very unstable configuration. So in place of 4s2, 3d4, we should write 4s1, 3d5. As we know that half-filled and full-filled orbitals are very stable. Now the 4s becomes half-filled and 3d also becomes half-filled. So the configuration of chromium is very important because there is a exchange of 4s electron into d orbitals. Now iron 26, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d6. 20 plus here, from here to 1 to 4s2 it is 20 and 26. But for 4s Fe2 plus, the configuration becomes from where electrons remove. When we are going to remove an electron, it removed from the outer shell, not from the inner shell. So 4s is outer shell, is present in outer shell. 3d is in inner cell, it is third cell. So electron removed from the outer cell, that is 4s2. So 4s2 here, 4s 0 and 3d6. And this configuration is again unstable. So it becomes 4s1, 3d5. Now it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 4s0 and 3d5. Why ferrous readily becomes ferric? Due to their unstable configuration. The configuration of ferrous is here unstable due to presence of this 3d6 electrons. So it becomes ferric to acquire stable configuration. In this way, there are many things related to the electronic configuration, many characters of an element which depends on the electronic configuration of an atom, of an element. So now there are many questions related to the quantum number also. Write the quantum number of the following. You must, I can say that you must do exercise and question number from the last, from the question number 2.62, 2.6 from 2.62, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66 and 67 are related to these Mohm's rule of maximum multiplicity, Pauli's exclusion principle, Abba principle and quantum numbers. So go through it, and if you have any problem then we'll discuss in the later video. Thank you.